I would usually say there are four things which mindfulness can help with in schools. I mean, these are quite broad categories, but the first one is obviously well-being. It helps young people, children and young people, to respond to whatever life throws at them rather than react to that. Secondly, I would talk about sort of cognitive or even executive function, which means mindfulness can help young people to make the right decisions in their lives, to prioritize what's important, to manage things like their workloads at school. Thirdly, I would talk about the social and emotional benefits, particularly socially. I think, growing up as a child or a young person is difficult with friends. You never quite know what's coming and what's going and what challenges your friendships and your family will throw at you. And finally, we talk about potential behavioral benefits in class, such as a reduction in what you might call oppositional behavior. A good example for me of what makes it really worthwhile teaching mindfulness is that I got an email the other day from a boy who left the school 5 years ago, who was just saying, thank you for teaching me that, what you taught me. He said at the time you wouldn't have had any idea that I was even listening, he said, but I'm in a difficult place at the moment, and I found that what I learned with you has been really helpful. My advice to teachers would be to learn to practice yourself. Before you even think about bringing mindfulness to children and young people, if it hasn't made a difference to your life, it's very hard to communicate that it might make a difference to theirs. But the other thing I would say is don't push it too hard. It's much more about having it there as an option for them, having it there as something that can support them if they want, but not something that they have to do. So what I hope people will get from the conference is an understanding of how to bring mindfulness into a school, both at the level of doing your own practice and learning it for yourself, then learning to teach it to young people, and then learning to introduce and ultimately embed it within the culture of a school.